So this morning about 9 a.m. UK time, we've got some news of some major apps being down, and it looks like it's an AWS outage. Let's have a look at what the BBC's timeline says so far. So Snapchat and Duolingo among major apps down in the Amazon Internet Service outage. Many of the world's biggest apps, including Snapchat, Duolingo and Roblox, have gone down in what appears to be an issue affecting Amazon Web Services. The BBC has approached Snapchat and Amazon for comment. And we can see here dozens of websites affected, and, well, AWS and Amazon are affected by their own outages, of course. You're going to see this, obviously, with the market share of AWS being so significant as a cloud provider. Let's see here, AWS market share. And Statista says the big three stay ahead. So, yeah, I mean, this is a crazy amount of market share. So it's not surprising to see most of these software as a service, games as a service, all failing with a significant issue with AWS. The engineers were working to fix the issue at 9:34, so that's about an hour and a half ago. AWS, part of the retail giant Amazon, says an update on this status page which is part of Amazon, says an update on its status page. There is an increased error rate and latencies for multiple AWS services in US East 1. US East 1, North Virginia, as everyone knows, is the largest region and the most heavily used AWS region. So an outage there is going to be significant. And if you're not running multi-regional services with automated failovers, if there's issues there, you're going to feel the pain. Customers at several banks also reporting problems. Yes, we saw here, we got Halifax, HMRC. Not good for a Monday morning. Customers at several banks also reporting issues. So we've also got here Halifax Lloyds, Bank of Scotland. As a reminder, AWS powers much of the infrastructure behind many websites, which is why the impact is so widespread. You don't say. Yeah, I would say 30% market share of cloud, 90% people in the cloud. You're looking at a huge chunk of the internet that will be going down today. What is Amazon Web Services? Well, if you're watching this and you're on my channel, hopefully you know that. But yes, AWS is a cloud provider. They are outsourced servers for companies to use to host their systems. Have you been affected? Get in touch. Well, this is a bold statement given that everyone will have been affected by this in some way. Huge numbers of apps and sites down. What have we got here now? Snapchat, Zoom, Roblox, Clash Royale. We got a game. Life 360, don't know what that is. Clash of Clans. Seen many adverts for that. Fortnite. Don't know what Gen Z will be doing today. Canva, Wordle, Signal. That's how I figured it out. Coinbase, Duolingo, Slack is down. Smartsheet, Pokemon Go, Epic Games, PlayStation Network. And here in where I am in the UK at the moment, it is school holidays as well. There are going to be many children, many sad, bored children as it rains outside and half of their entertainment is down. At least if you're an Xbox user, Azure seems to be absolutely fine. Thousands report bank outages, with some saying cards declined. This is very common when these kind of outages happen, that banking systems are affected, payments are unable to happen. The impact of an outage like this is so vast, it's hard to even quantify. They've identified the root cause. We've had an update from Amazon Web Services, which says we have identified a potential root cause for the error rates for the DynamoDB APIs in US East 1 region. We are working on multiple parallel paths to accelerate the recovery. As a reminder, Amazon Web Services, AWS, is Amazon's cloud computing division, and its infrastructure underpins millions of large companies, websites, and platforms. Well, I'll be uploading this to YouTube, which is owned by Google, which runs on Google Cloud, so hopefully you'll be able to view it okay. DynamoDB is AWS's proprietary NoSQL database that is used to store metadata of all varieties. So an API such as that being affected is massive, and in the biggest possible region it could have had. Are these web outages becoming more frequent? Outages affecting web platforms and services are nothing new. Barely a week goes by without something going down that many people rely on for vital web services, such as Wi-Fi and internet banking. Multiple sites going down in one single outage are somewhat less common, but something experts say are becoming more frequent because many platforms use the same provider for their services. This is where multi-cloud comes in, and having multi-cloud resiliency is going to be more common when these outages continue. I'm just taking a moment here for the AWS engineer that pushed a release or didn't, or someone tripped over the wrong cable in a data center. Oh, it's not going to be a great Monday for them. Let's remember as well, it's middle of the night for these folks in US East, or very early morning at least. Ring doorbells are also experiencing problems. Well, yes, that's to be expected. The Internet of Things is largely controlled by services that could be hosted on AWS. Not all of the internet is down, just some of it. Wow, yes, that is true. Some of it, I would guess around 20-25% of it is down. HMRC is down. That's a shame. Yeah. Roblox are experiencing issues this morning. Not something I have any interest in, but I know it's probably one of the largest games out there. More than 500 companies facing issues, says Down Detector. Users reporting issues with AWS in the US East 1 region. Over 500 companies across all 66 sites are reporting issues. We are seeing significant signs of recovery, says Amazon Web Services. So at 10:39, 20 minutes ago, Amazon Web Services, the company behind the outage, has just released a statement saying we are seeing significant signs of recovery. Brilliant. Most requests should now be succeeding. We'll continue to work through a backlog of queued requests. We will continue to provide additional information, it reports on its website. As a reminder, Amazon Web Services, AWS, powers the infrastructure behind millions of websites and apps. Yes, we get that, BBC. Thank you. Thank you very much for repeating yourself. Call later if it's not urgent. So, yeah, the HMRC, the UK's IRS, effectively, are probably under a lot of load, as they always direct you first to their website, which questionable at best, and their phone lines, also questionable at best, are probably slightly overrun at this point. Payzone and Amazon Click and Collect affected. So whilst this outage might be resolving itself, its impact will probably continue for days as people try and figure out what data they have lost, what data has been duplicated as they've rushed to fix the things and move things over to a different region, and now they're going to try and sync it back. So there's going to be a lot of fallout from this. Such a significant outage in such a significant region, which is used for hosting by so many companies. Let's have a look, see if we've got any other outlets here giving us some more news. Let's see what the Register has to say. Major AWS outage across the US East region breaks half the internet. Wow. Yeah, like I said, it's probably not quite half, but a significant amount. And it's not the internet that's broken. You know, the network is fine. It is one service within one region of one cloud provider. That's all that this has taken. A major outage, okay, we know all this. AWS reported its health issue at 12:11 PDT. so the early morning UK time. Increased error rates and latencies across multiple services in US East 1 region, effectively Amazon's home region in North Virginia. So yeah, as I said, it's their largest region by 126. CloudBiz said there are significant error rates for requests made to DynamoDB endpoints in that region, which were having a knock-on effect on other AWS services. So yeah, this is obviously a downstream service to many other applications. Amazon techies identified a potential root cause for the error rate, saying it appeared to be related to DNS resolution of the DynamoDB API endpoint. And they're working on multiple parallel paths to speed up recovery. Interesting. DNS. Okay. Oh dear. Global services or features that rely on US East 1 endpoints such as IAM, DynamoDB global tables may also be experiencing issues, the company has warned. Okay, IAM, wow. Okay, so everyone uses IAM, Identity and Access Management. It'll be interesting to see who's not impacted by that particular part of it. Updates and DynamoDB table updates. Updates and DynamoDB global tables may also be experiencing issues, the company warned. Oh, global tables. Oh, okay. That does make this actually far more reaching than just the US East 1 region. That potentially could impact you regardless of which region you're on. This appears to be an understatement. This appears to be an understatement as dozens of websites and services remain unavailable due to the problems in North Virginia. The list includes McDonald's, Disney+, Snapchat, Signal, Roblox, Verizon, Fortnite, Venmo, Perplexity, Hulu, Duolingo, Perplexities, they've been hit twice, Reddit and Coinbase. Even Amazon.com was offline at one point. But they're back now, aren't they? Also, some users, Alexa's Ring doorbells have stopped working. Sure, banks and even some government websites have been affected, as well as comms like Signal and WhatsApp. Across the pond in the UK, or here in the UK, numerous services were down and out for the count, with Lloyds Banking Group apps web services hitting the canvas, while some UK government services were struggling, including HMRC. Again with the HMRC. Oh, guys, I'm so sorry. So let's have a look at the AWS status. We can type, we can spell. Increased error rates and latencies. We continue to observe recovery across the multiple affected AWS services. We can confirm global services and features that rely on US East 1 have also recovered. We continue to work towards a full resolution and will provide you with updates as we have more information to share. Brilliant. Okay. Well, I'll leave it there, and I'm going to take another look and see a little later on if we know more about the issue and make a video and upload that one for you too. And this just goes to show that sometimes staying merge ready is actually out of your hands if you rely on one cloud provider.